guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is the last video in my little series. I didn't want to not do any Christmas looks this year because last year I did, I think, like 4 or 5 Christmas looks, and this year I haven't even done one. I think there's 2 makeup tutorials, and both of those tutorials there are looks in there that you can wear for Christmas, but I haven't done a dedicated video for Christmas tutorials like I did last year. So I decided that today I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Usually I do 3 looks using 1 palette, but today what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna show you guys 3 different Christmas looks with 3 different Colourpop eyeshadow palettes. So I decided to do this because I have like 3 Colourpop eyeshadow palettes that I recently got and I haven't been able to use yet. I have used the Sweet Nothings. I have a look on my Instagram with this eyeshadow palette and I really like it. When I opened it, I kind of felt like this resembled the Norvina palette, but just maybe a little bit softer, probably because of all the pinks and golds and stuff like that. These are their holiday palettes and they actually are available on the Colourpop website as well as in Ulta and online as well. So I got both of these on Ulta's website when they came out. The other eyeshadow palette is the Colourpop Rendezvous, which looks like this. This one's a little bit more intense. It has your pop of blue, has more reds and golds and more smokier shades in here. This one I feel like is a really good one for like multiple looks, like an all-in-one type of eyeshadow palette, because you have, mine is the fact that it doesn't have a matte brow bone shade, which is something I like, but it does have a nice shimmery brow bone shade, an inner corner highlight, a black, a nice smoky color, some transition shades, and some pretty colors to kind of play around with. So this is a really versatile palette. And then the last palette is the Salvaje palette, and this is in collaboration with Becky G. As you guys can see, this eyeshadow palette kind of looks similar to the Rendezvous eyeshadow palette, and after swatching them and playing around with them, I don't think that they are identical. I don't think that if you have this one, you can't get this one. Because I think what really makes you think that they are identical or the same exact eyeshadow palette is the fact that they both have like that blue. But in this one, it's a matte, this one's a shimmer. They both have the gold on the corner and then a red right on top. But this one's more like a plummy red, while that's more of a muted red. And then it also has some similar shades up at the top as well. But I did do swatches of both of the eyeshadow palettes separately. I don't have any pictures of that to show you guys, but just like when I received them, I played around with them and I noticed that they are not identical. So anyways, I'm gonna do 2 totally separate looks, but they're gonna be kind of similar because since these are Christmassy type makeup looks, they are gonna have similar tones to them. So in no shape, way, or form am I saying that you need to get all 3 of these eyeshadow palettes to create all 3 of these looks. If you guys have an eyeshadow palette that looks similar to any of the eyeshadows that I'm gonna use today, if you guys already have the eyeshadows individually, or just if you guys only have one of the 3 eyeshadow palettes, I don't want you to think that I'm trying to tell you that you need all 3 of these eyeshadow palettes, because you don't. I'm just a crazy person who's obsessed with Colourpop. But anyways, enough of me rambling on for like ever. I hope you guys have enjoyed my little mini series. I definitely want to do something more organized and more planned out for next year's. This year's, there wasn't really like a theme or anything. These were just 7 random videos. And I also want to take the time really quick before I jump into this to just thank you guys so much for your guys' love and support. I appreciate every single comment, every single thumbs up, every single view, every single share. I just appreciate you guys so much. Every single one of my subscribers. I don't have a lot, but to me, like compared to other YouTubers, but to me 360 subscribers means the world to me. And also one more thing before I jump into this, I don't want you guys to ever think that I am ignoring anyone's request. I do have a few requests that I just haven't had the time to get around to, but I promise you guys that I will get around to it as soon as I possibly can. It might not come out the week after you guys request it, but I haven't forgotten about it. I write down every single request in a notebook for video ideas. So anyways, now that I'm done rambling on, we're gonna jump into the 3 looks with 3 different eyeshadow palettes, and the first palette is gonna be the Sweet Nothings eyeshadow palette. So if you guys want to learn how to do a very simple Christmas look, then just continue watching. So we're going to start off with a shade here called Pretty Cruel and taking the Morphe M533 brush, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that into my crease. Then taking a Morphe M441 brush and a shade Popular Demand, which is a permanent shade of theirs, and applying that into the crease as well, and this is just going to deepen things up some. Then I'm taking this pointed taper brush, and it's the color called Sparks Fly, which is a really nice pretty brown, putting that on my outer corner as well as in my crease a little bit. Then I'm going to blend everything out with the shade called Out of Luck, and put that on my brow bone. Then I took the shade Come and Get It, which is also a permanent shade of theirs, and putting that onto my lid. Then taking my finger in the shade called 20 something, and I'm just putting that on top of that shade just to kind of brighten things up a little bit. And then I'm just blending it out with the Morphe M518 brush. Then I'm taking this Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in the shade called Light Up, and this is a really pretty glittery shade. So I just wanted it to have a little bit more pizzazz since it is a holiday look. And then I went ahead and put on some mascara. I used my It Cosmetics mascara. And then I went ahead and took Popular Demand again with this Luxie little tiny detailing brush and put that on my lower lash line. Put the shade 20 something into my inner corner. And then I went ahead and took some of the 1111 shade, and I took that on the same exact brush and just put it a little bit closer to the center just to really make things pop. Then I went ahead and primed my lips with some of the Colourpop Lippy Primer. And then I took this brown lip liner from Morphe called Bite Me, and I went ahead and lined my lips with it just to give it some nice definition. This is probably one of my new favorite brown shades that I have been obsessed with. Then I took the shade called Little Star from the Kathleen Lights Holiday Collection. And this is the lip look with the eyes, but as I did it, I realized that I didn't have enough blush on, so I went ahead and put a little bit more blush on, and this is the first finished look. And went ahead and took a little water break just because I got thirsty, you know, just being extra here. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this first look. This is super easy and glamorous, still perfect for the holidays. Then with the second palette, which is the Rendezvous palette, I went ahead and took the shade called Style and Grace, and I took that on the same Morphe M533 brush and put that into my crease. And I did use the Morphe eyeshadow primer for this look, so I noticed that the shadows were performing a little patchy. I took the shade called Shake It Off and put that into my crease as well, and then I took the shade called Textual and I put that in my outer corner as well as into my crease with the Morphe M514 brush, and this is just to add a little bit more depth. Then I went back in with the Our Secret shade and I put that onto my eyelid, and it wasn't as bright and vibrant as I wanted it to be. I blended it out with a Morphe M518 brush. And then I took some of the Let's Do It shade with the Morphe M506 brush and went ahead and put that at my outer corner. Now this is the one shade that I really had a lot of issues with it being patchy, and it wasn't as dark as I know that the individual black one is. So I had to blend it out with some of that Shake It Off shade and a Morphe M441 brush or 443 brush. And just to kind of make things look a little bit more even, but it was still kind of looking kind of patchy, so I really had to build up the black, then I had to blend it out, so I was just going back and forth at this point. I took this shade called Blitzen from the Super Shock Shadows and put that on top of that cranberry shade, and this really helped that black blend in really nicely, and really made that cranberry on my eyelid really pop. And then I went ahead and took the highlighting shade from the Sweet Nothings and just put that onto my brow bone to blend everything out. Then I took this angled brush, I forget which one it is, but it's from Morphe, and I just took a little bit of loose powder just to sharpen up the edges since I already had my foundation on. And this really works, guys, and it also helps to create a guide for your eyeliner. So I went ahead and used my Tarte Maneater eyeliner, which you guys know is my favorite, and I just kind of used that powder that I put onto the outer corner of my eye as the guide for how long I wanted my eyeliner to be, and I found that my eyeliner was a lot easier to do than usually and also very even. Then I took some of the Unleashed mascara from Wander Beauty, and then I went back with the Textual shade and put that on my lower waterline, and then I also put some of the My Treat shade into my inner corner. And then just to make things pop a little bit more, I took the shade called Vela and I put that into the inner corner as well, just to add some more glitteriness, because I feel like the holiday looks always should have glitter on them. And then I took these three liquid lipsticks, which I will link them down below, And this is the second finished look, which after I put the lip on, I really ended up liking it a lot. And then for the third and final look, we're going to go ahead and take the Salvaje palette in collaboration with Becky G. And this is what the palette looks like. We're going to start off with the shade called Lola, and I'm taking down a Morphe M533 brush, which is always my crease brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this as my transition. Then I'm taking Malbec, and I'm taking that on a Morphe M518 brush and putting that into my crease as well, just to deepen things up a little bit. And I'm kind of creating kind of like a cat eye type of shape to create almost a cut crease, winged out type of look. I really was just going with the flow here. Then I took some of the Sangria shade and the Morphe M433 brush and went ahead and deepened that up a little bit more. And then I took some of the Cafecito shade, and then this is a Morphe M514 brush, I want to say. It's a really tiny, little tiny itty bitty detailing brush that really gets in there and blends everything out. It's perfect for doing a nice cut crease. Then I took some of the Corona shade, and I took that on a Bogashi eye detailing brush. I sprayed it with a little bit of some setting spray just to really intensify it, and that way I didn't have to do concealer, just because when I was doing this video I was in a little bit of a rush and I didn't want to deal with the concealer. And if you have a thinner brush, it'll probably work a lot better, but I just kind of worked with this brush since it is really nice, and you can see how really vibrant and detailed that is. So then I went ahead and took some of the Luna shade, and I went ahead and blended out my crease. Then I took some black eyeliner. You can use brown if you feel more comfortable with that. I took some of the Malbec shade and put that on my lower lash line and connected that into the winged out little cut crease type of thing that we have going on here. Then I took some of my loose powder and I really crisped out that wing. And then I took some of the Estrella shade, put that in my inner corner, and then took these Morphe lashes, and you guys can see this really made the look just come together. Then I took some of the Glisten shade from the Super Shock shadows from Colourpop, put that in my inner corner, lined my lips with a nice plummy red lip liner. And then I went ahead and took some of the Colourpop Avenue liquid lipstick, and this is the third and final look. I'm really obsessed with this look. I think it's perfect for the holidays. Really nice and glittery and fierce, but still very soft. And here I am just jamming out, having a good time, enjoying my makeup. And these are the 3 looks, guys. Alrighty guys, so these are my 3 looks using 3 different eyeshadow palettes for the holidays. I definitely can say that I think that the shades in the Salvaje palette worked way better than the shades in the Rendezvous palette, especially the red shades. I don't know, maybe it was because I used a different eyeshadow primer for the Rendezvous than I did for the other 2, so maybe that's why it was so patchy. But I did love all 3 of the looks. The first one, of course, is my like basic everyday makeup, while the other 2 were a little bit more intricate. And I just want to say that these lashes, guys, are freaking phenomenal. These are in the style Smoochie from Morphe. I don't know how much they are, but maybe it's Go On and Fake It. So I really don't know what style these are. If you see either Smoochie or Go On and Fake It, then that is the style of the lashes that I'm wearing. They're super pretty and they're really lightweight. Because I was surprised because they kind of look like the Vegas Nay times something, I forget. But those Vegas Nay lashes that she came out with, I really like them. But the issue was that the band was so heavy and it was so hard and stiff and hard to like kind of work with. While this I feel like was very easy. All I had to do was just cut the ends really quick and put on some liner. And I did like a really thin little line for my liner. I didn't do anything crazy, just to kind of connect the lashes so that way there's not this empty space there and it looks like it's all together. But I really love how the lashes made the look come together. Lashes always do save the day. Anyways, let me know down below which one of the 3 looks was your favorite. If you have any of these eyeshadow palettes, what are your thoughts on them? And also let me know what you guys are going to be doing for Christmas. Me personally, I'm going to be with my husband's family. We always celebrate Christmas Eve. So anyways, I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas. And I will see you guys very soon with some New Year's looks. And until then,